All right, and welcome. We are live here with. It's just myself. I've got to explain what's going down here. Fortunately, sometimes this is live, right, and not Memorex here. But so things happen on the tube, right? Tell me with zero people watching. That's funny. So fortunately, Chloe's going through a big storm right now, and due to her storm, her internet. She is rural, and as we know, America's rural infrastructure. There we go. I can speak. Is not always the best. So, unfortunately, at the current moment, it's not to say we're not going to do this at another time. We're going to work through Zoom instead, but her internet's not the strongest. And so, unfortunately, at this time, she's not able to hang on with us where she's at. Out further out, the internet, you know how it is in America. So, unfortunately, especially with a storm going on top of that, that really degraded her internet. So, unfortunately, guys, we are not going to have Chloe on tonight. So yeah, I do apologize as well. But we will say favor to Chloe and to all of you guys. But unfortunately, yeah, her internet is the storm there. It's kind of knocked out her internet, and it happens if you live in rural America. Your internet is up and down, and we've seen it with Adam, right? Adam at the Medium channel there, and he's in New York, and not totally out further. He's in a town, and it still goes up and down, right? So we've seen him freeze up too. So fortunately, these things happen, guys. But on a positive note, I did buy a new adapter for my microphone, so that'll stop the cutting out. That'll be here, but before 8 a.m. Get this, I go to buy the adapter for the microphone, and it's like, oh, we'll deliver this to you between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. tomorrow. It's like, all right, thank you. I normally it takes 2 days. I was expecting like Sunday or something by Amazon, but grateful. So the little clicky adapter there. Oh no! Right, Suzette with the Mr. Bill. But we can talk some crystals. I don't know if he'll leave this up, but we have the rose quartz. I brought my little tray. I have a tray, right? You end up dropping this thing, and it's like heck on earth here. But there we go. So I brought my tray out that and so, but nonetheless, I'm going to do smoky quartz. Some of the ones in my stable, though, this one I got from, and this was Chloe's. Not we're still not going to do that. We're still going to figure out the way to do the giveaway as well. So do not worry. We're still going to feature Chloe. We're just not going to feature her during a storm that's knocking out her internet. We just can't help those things, unfortunately. But yeah, so Chloe, here we go. Smoky quartz that she had. My lighting's not the best. I do have a ring light that should be here shortly as well. Just paycheck. So that'll brighten things up, right? There we go. So yeah, smoky quartzite. This is one of the extras she gave me. It's a really beautiful. If you look into it, it looks like it's like got crystals in it, like Starfield. It's amazing. Smoky quartz. But otherwise, I can play with the tray for a minute. We have the calcite. So this is honey calcite. Very grounding, and it feels really good. I'll walk around with a hunk of honey calcite in the crystal store. Um, all the time. Hey, and speaking of which, 6 inches of snow tomorrow. So drive to the crystal store and hunker down for 6 inches of snow. And that'll stick. We'll get a couple inches that'll stick, but the roads here aren't usually that bad, but people won't go out. All right, so this is green calcite as well. Also grounding, but I don't have my book. So and then Chloe's the master on these, right? So, but so I have the green calcite here. Then clear calcite as well. And she did kick me a piece of citrine when I ordered from her, so you get to get extra. I did not have any citrine. That's grounding it as well. Works with your third eye, so a piece of citrine. But blue calcite. So calcite comes in different colors. This one is be like a blue calcite mountain, so to speak, and that one's for balance. That one works for balance. But yeah, so guys, I apologize. I know I'm grateful I got you guys here. We could like hang out if you want. All right, then we have the ruby zastrite, right? So this is Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael stone. It's purple and green, but yeah. So I mean, I guess all right, I could do a channeling. Yeah, tiger's eye. I always have a piece of tiger's eye. If you want to be grounded, Like this one's gorgeous. It's got this. If you look into it, it's got this like holographic effect. You can't really get it off of the. But a good piece of tiger's eye can look like almost like a hologram. Um, Citrine is good for finances. Absolutely. No, you know what's good for finances? Have a little hunk of emerald. Put a piece of emerald in your purse, in the coin portion or the dollar portion, not the coin portion, because it will be flat in your purse, right? But the coin purse portion of your purse, here's a little clear citrine or clear calcite diamond. Um, yeah, and whew. So yeah, this I got from this I also got from Chloe, but the string got knotted up. But that happens with these 99% of the time, which I expected. I really just wanted the stone. And it's got this amazing purple hue. You can't, again, once I get a ring light, which will be in a week, about a week, 6 days, um, then it'll be much better. But yeah, it's got this hue that just, if you get a good piece of labradorite, this is labradorite. There we go. A good piece of labradorite. I may have said something else. It has a really good purple hue if you ding it in the light. And a couple of channelers actually hold these like labradorite when they're channeling. So it's very energetic for that. But yeah, so I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, and then we have the it's what you don't even see her in the chat. Um, just tumbled amethyst. So these are just the basics that I have in my collection. Piece of adventuring, just tumbled adventuring, and then yeah. So I apologize, but I mean, if you guys want a channeling, I could do a quick channeling. But really, otherwise, guys, always have a piece of black onyx around. If you go into mixed energetics, this one I will give you for sure here is if you go into mixed energetics, if you're going somewhere where it's going to be heavy energy, where you have to deal with people, so to speak, that you're not wanting to deal with, energies that are going to be in opposition of you. If you are in any way energetic, or you could have my dirty black tourmaline. This isn't the best piece of black tourmaline by far, but it still represents black tourmaline, even though it doesn't have any of the glossiness or anything. It's a really beat up piece, but it still holds the energies. Of course, the energies feel better in a shinier piece of tourmaline, but either one of these onyx, you can put a shiny onyx in your pocket. But so if you're like having to go, it's Chloe right there. All right, yes, Karen. Labradorite is known as the Northern Light stone connected to the cosmos. There we go. So yeah, it's a beautiful stone. I already knew that the thread might get knotted up. Those things happen, and no big deal. I really the stone. It's been in any tumbled piece of labradorite I've ever seen. It's gorgeous. And the energetics. Whoever cut it there did really, really, really nice job on rounding this out here and putting some thought into it. Eventually, it's got enough of a little hole there. I'll put something in it, but for now, it's just it makes a really good palm stone too because it's got the bevel in it. It's great stone. So yeah, we will get Chloe back on. What we got to do is figure out, and this one works well too. You can always find a stone where you can like thumb it like that, and you put more energetics to it. We're not calling it. It's definitely not like a worry stone. I never recommend you call any stone a worry stone because then you'll carry the energetics of worry with you. But otherwise, here, yeah, this would just be a piece of black onyx. If you got to go somewhere where people are not in opposition, if you had to go to family members who give you the side eye or what have you, this would like be good for blocking side eye. Black onyx, for sure, and grounding yourself. Yeah, so we're just gonna get it set up. Basically, that's it. Chloe has all of her crystals out in a another structure in her on her property, and so she's gonna move what she needs to from there. We thought we could do the show from there. That makes it easy, right? But instead, we're gonna take them out and put them in the house, and then rejigger this to do so when there's no storm. Hope favored, right? You can't control Mother Nature. Well, at least unless you're in well, there's maybe one person who's trying to, but that's a whole nother deal, right? At least one is trying to, like 50% of it, right? We'll block it all out. You can't see anything. But so yeah, we'll get it all rejiggered here and redo take two, right? And so we'll have Chloe on again real shortly, actually, within the next week for sure. And as well, guys, just a couple of channels tonight. Do have we here? Everybody here. Grateful. Yeah. So if you have to go somewhere where people would think you think less of you than you think of yourself, take some black onyx, and it'll drop you in your root chakra, but you'll stand so strong. Of course, you could carry amethyst. You don't take a giant chunk of amethyst with you. It works very well. All right, so what we couple things on the channel then. First off, of course, keep Rick Downing in your prayers there for his medical services that are incurring and all the links that he put up front. Scotty Boy there, thank you for all your links. I don't know what you put there, but grateful. I'm sure we'll go back and see you get entertained. But yeah, small black onyx heart. There you go. We have black onyx arrows. Like if you want to like sling a black onyx arrow at somebody, that's a thing. I don't really recommend that karmatically, but yeah. Big Rick, exactly. Favor to Big Rick and his medical services that are being performed on the daily there, and also keep Millie in your. I know she's up at I think she's at college right now with her daughter at a basketball game, and then cheerleading, and then the funeral for her grandmother. So big and wake this weekend. So favor Millie for that. To you and your family, and to your daughter there for her cheerleading at the university, and fantastic. And yeah, guys, I'm just appreciative. Helene Henny got her amethyst, and we'll do another contest. And as well, tomorrow I will take questions from you guys. So I have you here. If you guys want a channeling, you can throw it up in the thumbs up. If not, I'm going to end this then, guys. I know that most of us are going to dive over to Grace. Yes, exactly. Most of us are going to dive over to watch at least we get another hour, but Adam or not Adam, Inspire Nation. There we go. Michael Sadler, but Chris the volunteer. I think that's awesome, really amazing. What do we got from Chris the volunteer? PG learned a lot about why I'm here. My handle is very accurate. I've been helping planets. Oh, awesome, Chris. Yeah, we kind of always have this inkling of why we're here, what we know why we're here, or we don't know, but we always have this kind of inkling. And yeah, calling yourself Chris the volunteer, we all volunteered to come to Earth, if anything else. And Chris, I love when I asked you what the volunteer meant. And you said I'm volunteered to be here, and that's really about it. Wherever, don't Chloe. Yeah, exactly. Really, stuff happens, Chloe. It's really no big deal. The first time I had the one video, the good dawning that flipped over, and I had one that fell off the table, and it landed on the power button and reset my phone. So these things happen. This is live. It's not the fact that it all works generally 99.999% of the time blows my mind. Remember back in the day when you had LimeWire stuff and or Napster, a song, and then it would so crap out on you, and then you try to re-download the song, and or you go to right. So all of this stuff. The fact that it works glitch free at this point, generally speaking, we can't control rural internet in America either, unfortunately, which is generally speaking the pits. It's the lowest ranked internet of all of the most modern countries, probably, or close to it. I don't know if Canada's much better, but so yeah, so we can't help that either. So there's two things that we just can't help. Is rural internet in America is not the best. That's why what it is. But how about the days of 8-track cassettes? Yeah, exactly. Remember 8-track or just even a regular cassette, and walking around with you'd be out and about with your Walkman, and then the cassette would get jammed up in the Walkman, and you'd be sitting there with the Walkman lid pulled up and like trying to pick the tape out of the heads of the Walkman. Remember those days? And then you get the tape out, and you get this tape dangling down, right? So you got to get a pencil and twist it up, and then you try to throw it back in, but you never fix the kink in the tape, right? Because there's that one little kink. So you rewound it and you play it again, and it gets stuck again because you got one little kink, the groove. Somebody like folded the tape, right? Yeah, you got it. Those were the days, weren't they? Exactly. Oh man, I missed the TIAC reel to reel. At least the reel to reel, that's still kind of in use. But we're having the DAC, digital audio cassette. Nobody let that go. I'm great big old 8-tracks. I know the great big old 8-tracks would hold like 4 songs, right? And you get like Merle Haggard, funk, click. You get nothing like the sound of an 8-track when it click into the stereo. And click. You have the big old gaping hole in the front of the stereo of the car. But then you get like 4, maybe if you were lucky, you could cram 5 songs onto an 8-track. I still wish I had a Walkman. Yeah, I know. I miss my Walkman. I just miss the whole pre. I mean, not that this isn't amazing because this really is. If it wasn't for YouTube, 99. I can guarantee you, a lot of us wouldn't have. Pardon me. Our ascensions wouldn't be what they are today. I can pretty well guarantee that because it's things like YouTube. It's the YouTube ascension revolution that is really allowing for what's going on in a lot of ways on planet Earth. It's you can dial up me, you can dial up Millie or anybody, Kyle Cease or whoever, just trying to think of somebody. Nobody's coming to mind at the moment, but any of the guys on YouTube, any of the gals on YouTube, right? The spiritual folks, and poof, you can get advice on generally anything at any time. You can see 800 different channelers, and you need a parrot reading. Generally, you find one that works with your heart chakra, and boom, you get that, and you find the reader that works with your heart. And I mean, so it's a big deal in that aspect. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going back to the good old days of Walkmans, and you didn't skip through the album, right? As you had to hear every song. Nowadays, you just buy one song. Screw the rest of the album. I just want the one song that's playing on the radio. That's the song that we hear, right? Yeah, I had a Panasonic Walkman, the digital one. I had to go on nuts, right? Dolby C, I had Dolby B, and I had Dolby C on my cassette recorder, my Walkman, right? Auto reverse and all that crazy. I had auto fast forward. There you go. So you just push the button, chink, and it would find the blank spot in the. I don't know how these motors never burned out because I was always like fast forward, or auto rewind to the next song. You could go backwards and find a gap in the songs, and then it would stop and play to the next song. Yeah, and I think the thing was like $175, and like back then it was like a fortune, right? But yeah, no, I miss all that. Now we got it all on our cell phones, but it doesn't feel the same when you just like reach out to Spotify or Rhapsody or Napster. I'm still old school. I have a Nap. I like using companies that like not the smaller companies. So like I have a Napster account versus a Spotify account, but it was all tied into my T-Mobile bill for years. But I don't know. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you. If you want a channeling, you can throw a thumbs up. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and end this, guys, and go visit a friend who had a birthday yesterday, and she offered to come over and have a slice of cake for her birthday. Yeah, guys. All right, and so I'm not even going to keep this up. We just have but what I am going to do, a couple of quick things for the channel. Tomorrow's Freeform Friday, so I'm going to offer questions. Not questions like Saint Germain, what was your 40th birthday like or anything, but questions like energetics and whatnot from Saint Germain, Isis, Kuan Yin, and whatnot. You choose. So we'll do questions tomorrow with the family, with the channeling family. You guys are the family with the channeling family, and we will. So if you have a question, and you have it, what we'll do tomorrow in the dawning is I'll open it up to questions first, like 7 or 8 questions that show up. I'll star them, or I'll jot them down. Actually, won't be on StreamYard, so I'll jot them down real quick, and then we'll go from there. Otherwise, I'll miss your questions. So it'll be a little slow in the chat for a minute, but we'll jot them down. And yeah, so I'll take some questions tomorrow from you guys, and as well, I'm gonna set up closer to Thanksgiving, so like a holiday get together. We will do like 2-3 hours, just come and go, hang out, whatever, chat, so to speak, on Zoom. We'll see how that works, and so you'll have to send me your emails, but we'll get that all set up, and I will send out links for that. So we'll set up the holiday cheer Zoom for the group as well, and really, that's about it. Next week, next Tuesday night is Laura B again with Tarot and Oracle, and we will try again next Thursday night. Then I don't think I work, so next Thursday night with Chloe, we will revamp, and we had a whole week. So as long as this works for Chloe, which I believe this is a really good time, so we will set that up for next week, and we'll bring crystals inside and use what we got here and whatnot. But all right, guys, so I am grateful. Thank you all so much for sticking around and listening to me nonetheless. One thing I can do though is yeah, so next week, guys, same time, same channel, We just thought that with the storm there, she's got better internet inside, but we have no crystals inside. And even with the storm, it's kind of a little iffy if we're not standing by the door or something. So you know how these rural internets go in America there, but hopefully we get Elon Musk again to airdrop everybody Starlink, right? But there we go. But thank you guys. Thank you, Lindsay and Scotty and Millie, who is at a basketball game, and Suzette, Sunny Suzette and her amazing universe, and Karen, my I-25 neighbor, and PG and Grace. And again, Chloe, do not even sweat it. You know what? You're going to have a bigger crowd because you're going to have more anticipation next week, right? Amy, thank you as well. Chris, check out Chris's cards. You don't see a card, but go check out Chris during the day sometime when he posts his card for Archangel Gabriel and his amazing. Eventually, we will see Chris channeling Archangel Gabriel. Millie, favor to you and your family again. Biggest hugs ever, and may everybody get together in her memory, in your grandmother's memory, and. All right, guys. I think we got ran the gamut here. Lindsay, Amy, again, thank you all for being here. I am grateful. We're family here, and so yeah, we'll set up. We'll take a poll not this week, next week when we get closer to Thanksgiving. You guys know your plans. We'll take a poll as to what day will work best based on my work schedule as well. At least, thankfully, they are closed on Thanksgiving, but so yeah, and but Thanksgiving Eve they're open regular hours. So. But nonetheless. All right, guys, I appreciate it. And we will see you all again in the dawning tomorrow at 10:33 a.m. Eastern time. So if you have questions for St. Germain, Archangel Raphael, Kuan Yin, White Buffalo, Catwoman, Isis, and the like, then we will take your questions tomorrow in the chat. And again, thank you. Do not sweat it, Chloe. We love you. We are grateful. And this is not any big deal. We're going to get this figured out, and we will do it again next week. Love you all. See you all tomorrow in the next. Thanks, guys. Have a fantastic evening. I'll probably see you guys in the chat, of course, for Inspire Nation as well. Thank you.